Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Sport Performance Secrets. We are committed to the excellence and the exploration of new alternatives in sports. If you are an athlete who want to be in control of everything what you have in the training, you are in the right page, and we are in the same book talking about what can benefit to you. Today we have a special guest. It's Richard Gordon. Richard Gordon has amazing things to teach you today and to tell you about what can happen with the energy field and your body. Your body has an energy field. And this is Coach Al. I've been coaching gymnastics for more than 40 years, and I have athletes since beginnings to super athletes and Olympians and world champions. And I'm so happy that I learned hypnosis and self-hypnosis at the age of 16. I continue using it all the time because I saved my life at 48 years old, beating the cancer, and now I'm helping other people to do the same. Today's interview is amazing. I'm so excited to have this interview because just imagine yourself as an athlete having the opportunity to heal yourself, to recover yourself. But before we start, let me tell you one thing, very important thing, how to use this interview and get the best from you. First, we need to go to the Richard Gordon interview page. How you can do that? Just start to in your browser, in the browser address, just put www.sportperformancesecrets.com/quantum touch. Is like this: quantum, QUANTUM and you will see Richard Gordon right there. You are in the right place. Yes, you can do several things right there, but you will see special things to do. Number one, I want you to check the comment box. Send any comment you want, anything what you want. Let us know. We want to be communicating with you. We want to be in touch with you all the time. And another thing, Richard prepared a special gift for you just to listen to this interview. It's an amazing gift. I cannot believe he gave that gift to you, and he is so excited for you to learn everything because he knows you are an athlete and you are a coach or you are a father of a family member of one of the athletes. And we are so excited to start. And now, let me tell you one quote from Mary Lou Retton. Mary Lou Retton says, "A trophy carries dust, and memories just last forever." And I'm so excited because this quote is special. It's from Richard Gordon. It's best-selling author Quantum Touch, The Power of Heal, Your Healing Hands, The Polarity Experience. Richard Gordon was teaching for more than 35 years. He's a specialist in doing the healing with your hands. The Quantum Touch is over all the countries. 50 countries knows about Quantum Touch, and he's teaching everywhere. 500 certified instructors he has around the world. And I'm very happy to do the welcome to Richard Gordon. Hi, Richard. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. It's great to be here. Really appreciate it.
I'm so glad that you are here with us because you know everything about one special thing the athletes always want to know. The first one is the level energy, and the second, how to prevent and heal injuries.
It's one of the great aspects, it's one of the great applications of the work, and we continue to discover more and more. And as long as I've been in the field, since the mid-70s actually, I'm still discovering things all the time. Even this last couple weeks, I've made I've had great insights and discoveries in this work.
And Richard, I want to ask you something. How you get into this journey of understanding everything about Quantum Touch? What pushed you to go over there? What was your motivation?
Well, when I was about 25, my health was starting to fail, and I went to a doctor, and he said, "Well, you got a lot of problems, but let's wait till you get worse." I had skin problems, lung problems, intestinal problems, coughing, all kinds of problems. And he said none of them were big enough to deal with, so I ended up going to a holistic health school. And there I became introduced to the beginning work, which was polarity therapy, which led to quantum touch. And feeling the life force energy of our hands. And then I met a man named Robert Rasmussen, who had discovered a technique on his own. And he had been practicing it for over 20 years before he ever taught the first person to do it. And I apprenticed with him, and I saw things happening that I absolutely couldn't believe. So that was the initial getting into the field, was through my own health issues and my own problems, and learning to accelerate the healing process.
That's amazing. That's really, really good to know then, especially one knee makes you feel the need to go and touch with some new science, new alternatives. You know, in this world, in these new modern times, people don't believe in energy because they cannot see it. They see x-rays, they see all kind of things, but it's so hard for them to understand energy because they nobody teach them how the energy works. That's why today you will learn, you, my audience, you will learn what means the energy for your body and how that works. Richard is so excited to tell you and explain you step by step how the energy works right there. And my first question for you, Richard, is what is quantum touch?
Well, because what we have is a way of using the natural energy that flows through us to amplify it, to focus it, and utilize it to accelerate the healing process, to bring down pain and inflammation, to heal faster after injuries, and to recover faster after exercise. So these are some of the main benefits of doing the work. Of course, this is just a very small portion of the wider range of applications, and we've even been hearing a lot of reports on helping some mental illness with it. But well, let's not go there right now. We'll focus on the body and accelerating. So we're using that natural current of energy that flows through us. Now, people in sports, especially in martial arts, have heard the terms of ki or chi in terms of using martial arts. We're using that same kind of energy that flows through us naturally. But what we've learned to do is to use breathing and body awareness exercises to move it in a very powerful kind of way. Then we use our hands primarily to create a field around the area. So say somebody's knee hurt. I would hold their knee and I would be doing breathing and sweeping exercises where I'm moving body awareness through myself in linked combination. I could hold somebody else's knee, I could hold my own knee. And I would continue doing that for a period of time. And what we've seen is an extraordinary acceleration. So I mentioned to you, I think I sent you a link to it. I did a research paper at the University of California, Santa Cruz, on the men's basketball team. And I worked on about 100 conditions. And the coach signed off on every form that the players filled out. They'd say how much pain there was, what part of the body, how long I worked on them, and so forth. What we saw was that an average 10-minute session reduced their pain by 50%.
Wow, that's amazing. It's incredible what you did with that, people, and what the athletes can do for themselves. But yeah, let me remind my audience, it's the same that in the sports. You cannot start any new skill as an elite. You need to start with small steps and go to the first level, second level, until you go elite. Quantum touch is the same. And I'm going to ask Richard, how long it takes to do results by your own, when you learn by your own?
When I was on the road teaching, giving endless lectures and teaching endless workshops, I would go, do a book signing at a bookstore or at a conference center or wherever I was speaking, and I would say that by the way, one of the functions of the work is it realigns bones back into the body. So a lot of times people have their hips twisted, And I would say that I will guarantee everybody who takes the workshop that before lunch break on the first day, they would be able to move enough energy to be able to level out the hips without force. And that's a money-back guarantee on the first day. No one ever failed. Usually, the pain in the room, the pain level of the various kinds of conditions that people had, would go down somewhere between 40 and 60% after the very first practice session that people were giving each other. And unlike a lot of other skills that take years and years before you start becoming effective, with quantum touch, people really do start becoming effective very, very quickly. Now that's acknowledging, of course, that we can become far more effective with much further training. And that's what I'm exploring, is the outer edges of what's possible now, and seeing things that are blowing my mind. I mean, I just never imagined we could do some of these things we're seeing now.
Excellent. Wow. Something special happened in the body energy field, and you know, athletes has the problem that they practice very hard. Yes. And they need to recover. They need to recover the fastest possible to come back and practice again. If there's any way quantum touch can help them to recover fast.
Yeah, when I first started exploring athletics, I had a personal trainer, and he was working with me. And he confided me after the first 3 workouts that he wasn't really impressed with my progress. So I said to him, I said, well, let me teach you some quantum touch. And I taught him how to do what we call the breathing and the sweeping of the energy. And then he had me do these extremely slow, perfect push-ups where you're just kind of coming down really slow and up. And after the set of push-ups, when I reached my limit of how many I could do, he ran energy into the affected muscles that I was working on. And I had a nice break while he was working on me. And in my second set, I did more than the first set. In my third set, I did twice as many as the first set. In the unprecedented fourth set, I did a few less than the third set. And in the fifth set, yes, I did as many as I did in the first set. Then every time we were doing it, he was running the energy between sets. This was giving me a major competitive advantage. Then, when I was done, he ran energy all through the affected muscles again. 2 days later, I called him up and said, hey, I'm ready to go again. He said, I thought you were going to be so sore that I wasn't going to hear from you for a week. And what we see is faster recovery from exercise and injury, and we see a greater output potential. I think I mentioned to you, Al, that I went over to Gold's Gym, the one in Venice where Arnold had worked out, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that is. And I worked with a trainer there. His name was MK. And I told him what was happening. And he said, well, let me try this on one of my people I train. So the guy was doing heavy crunches. And the trainer said to me, this guy can do 3 sets of 25 crunches at this weight. So he does his first set of 25. And so while he's resting, I put my hands on his belly and I'm working, putting the energy there. He does his second set, and his second set is 50, not 25. I work again. His third set is 50. I say to him, how do you feel after I've run the energy after he was done? He said, I could do another set. And his trainer looks at me, we're looking at each other, and he says, all right, go ahead. He does a 4th unprecedented set of 50, and I'm whispering to him, look, he's going back further, and he has better form. He says, I know, I see it. So then I run energy again after he's done. Now, running energy is a term we use for the breathing and body awareness. And I said, how do you feel? And he says, I don't feel like I worked out. What? And so I reach in a pocket, because I had this all planned in advance, and I hand a folded note to the trainer, and he opens it, and it says, I don't feel like I worked out, because I've heard that comment so many times. And then he said, I've never done so many in my life. Well, yeah, instead of doing 75, he did 175. I reach into a different pocket, hand a note, and it says, I've never done so many in my life. And then we go over to the heavy squats. And he's got the bar, and he's squatting, he's coming up and down. But after the first set of squats, I worked on the quads on one side only, but not the other side. After the second set of squats, I worked on those quads again, but not the other side. Then he said, please do the other side. So I reach in a different pocket, hand a note, it says, please do the other side, because it's predictable. How would you describe the side I worked on? It feels loose. It has energy. It's powerful. The other side feels burned out, feels incapable of working further. Now, I know, and you know, that athletes are looking for a 5 or 10% edge over the competition. And what we can provide could be off the charts. This is ridiculously exciting for athletes to be utilizing this information.
Yes, I know. It's amazing. Just yesterday, I was spotting and I feel one back muscle sore. And I remember you. I remember then it's important to direct the energy, and I start to put my hands and direct my energy into that place where I have the pain, and I wake up with no pain at all. It's amazing what you can do yourself with your body. And you know, athletes, everyday work is very intensive, but they want to do more because they want to win.
Yes.
And it's important for us in this point to understand how they can prevent injuries, because obviously in gymnastics, let me explain you one little part, it's dangerous sport. If they have the total awareness of what they're doing, they can get injured really easy. It's no, they can have an accident, and then they need to have total concentration and awareness of what they're doing. When you teach the quantum touch, I think you're teaching that part too. You're helping me to put them, all the thoughts and the energy, concentrate in one point. Is that true?
Well, yes, because in order to do the quantum touch well, you can't have a lot of busy thoughts going on in your head. You have to be very focused. And that's why we take people through a process of feeling each part of their body, of learning to move that body awareness in various patterns with various breathing techniques, and that's the simplest form, and then it gets more intense and more complicated from there. But that you were able to work on yourself is fantastic, and a lot of people have had spectacular success working on themselves. But for the majority of people, it's actually more powerful when they have another person working on them, because their own energy is more predictable to themselves. Now, with injuries, it's easier to work on yourself than many other conditions, but still, it's such a surprise to your system to receive someone else's energy. I'll give you an analogy of this. If you were to find the perfect gift for somebody, and you didn't care what it cost, and you found the best gift wrapping, and you waited for the perfect moment, and then you gave it to yourself, it doesn't have the surprise factor. But if you gave it to the person that you loved and they're, wow, this is fantastic, I love this, thank you, it has that big surprise. Someone else's energy often has that surprise factor that your own energy may not have. Now, yes, you got fabulous results working on your own pain or injury, and that's true. People have done that, and there's wonderful examples of that. You hear stories of people with like severe burns, and they're working on themselves, and the pain is gone in a short period, and there's no scar tissue, and it heals very rapidly. That's fantastic. But for optimum results, you get one or even two other people, even 3 or 4 other people working on that person. And I can imagine a boxer in that 1 minute between rounds, and all 3 of the people, while they're giving him instructions, are working on key parts of his body, working the energy inside there, and reviving him, because you can create massive, incredible strength. Like you saw, like I mentioned, the demonstration of the guy doing the crunches. You can do all kinds of things by helping people. I worked with a guy who was trying to lift weights above his head. I guess that's called Olympic lifting, where you lift it above your head. And so
Yeah.
while he was working out in the gym, he wanted me to continue working with him while he was loosening up. So he was doing a lot of lifting to see if he could beat his record. And every time he did some lifting, I'd work on the affected muscles after he was done on those practice lifts. And then when it came time for the final big one, he was ready, and he actually broke his record. And then I didn't see him for 10 minutes because he was running around the gym telling everybody that he broke his record. So it's very exciting, because even though I've known this for a long time, we have still been a best-kept secret in the field of sports injury, recovery, athletic performance. In my Quantum Touch book, I have a whole chapter, Quantum Touch, the Power to Heal. I have a whole chapter about athletic performance. And so it's just there waiting for people to discover it, and I'm glad you have.
Very good. You touched two things very, very important. One is the key energy, and another one, obviously, the part when you says when the athlete is in resting position, if the people who assist him or her, it has the ability to teach or to send the energy to the athlete will recover and will go back into the position to perform better.
Yes.
And that's, for me, it's astounding. I want to learn more from that, because I know by fact, as a coach, when they perform in the high level, you need to be totally concentrated and you send your energy. If you have a doubts, you send it too. I noticed that. When you truly trust in the athlete performs incredibly good. But the most important is how the athlete trusts themselves. And when they start to learn quantum touch, then we need to make next question is this one, Richard.
Yes.
Can we teach coaches to do this process more effectively for the athletes?
Unquestionably. If the coach had every single team member using this work, when a team member gets injured or after they've worked out, the whole team could work on each other. It would create greater camaraderie. It would create greater performance. But I'm going to tell you something that just happened 2 weeks ago. I think you're really going to enjoy this. I play golf. That's my sport. And I turned 66 in a few weeks. And 2 weeks ago, I got into my first golf tournament at the club where I play. And I was nervous before I started, so I started using a quantum touch technique to deal with my fear. Now, this comes from my most recent book, Quantum Touch 2.0, The New Human. And what I did was I started accessing what courage is and bringing it through all my chakras of my body. Then I started focusing in on impeccability and bringing that in. And then I started bringing in, what is it like to be comfortable being a winner? And I brought that through. And then I started tapping in on the wisdom of all the great golfers. And on the last 9 holes, I shot 4 under par. Now, I'm a pretty good golfer, but I'm not that good. I've never had a score like that. And I was in tournament play, and I had no bogeys, 4 birdies, and I almost got 4 more birdies on that side. And I just I not only won my division, I won the tournament outright. And I'm not that good a golfer. I'm not even close to being that good. But I tapped in on the wisdom. Now, you know, as a coach, and every athlete knows this, that sometimes somebody gets into the zone and they don't do anything wrong. Everything just flows. I may have stumbled across a way of assisting people to get into the zone using quantum touch. And that is the latest news. That's one of the latest pieces of news. But like I say, I'm continuing to discover new things all the time. And that was an application of one of the chapters in the Quantum Touch 2.0 book, the part about working with the 10 chakra meditation. It's pretty complicated, but it obviously worked.
Wow. This is amazing. Especially, we'll talk more about that because I'm fascinated about what you just said. But first, for everybody who just tuning in, and I want to repeat everything what I said earlier, don't worry.
Yeah.
And you need to go and get into the Richard Gordon dashboard. Is the interview page. Just put www.sportperformancesecrets.com/quantum touch, QUANTUNTOUCH. This is Quantum Touch. You will see you're on the right page because Richard Gordon's picture is right there. And remember, you go to you can do several things. He has a special gift for you, especially because you listen to this interview. It's something really special for me because Richard prepared something for all the athletes and coaches to get this one. I want to say a little bit about what it is because the most important right now is go and click in the special offer. Please do it now. Click in the special offer, and what you will discover is what Richard prepared for you and for everyone is the Quantum Touch for Athletic Performance of Sports Injury Recovery. It's a very special package he prepared for all the athletes. It has videos, PDFs. You will see right there, and you will see everything what you need to know about Quantum Touch. Richard is master in this one. It's the best one. If you hear about Quantum Touch, you will hear about Richard Gordon all the time because he was the promoter all over the world about this special thing. Later, I will tell you more about the free gift Richard has for all of you. It's just for listening, to being here with us, to enjoy this interview, to learn more about these ones. And what is the, Richard, now what is the description of the package we have for all the audience here? Can you tell us about the package a little bit?
Well, Jennifer prepared the package, and I understand it's the online video training, and
Yes.
I'm not sure what other things are in it, but I could be happy to describe them once I know the
Yes, it's the athletic performance video.
Okay.
And sport injury recovery is 5 PDFs.
Okay.
And I'm so excited because most of the coaches and everybody will understand a lot better how the body works. Richard explained to us how the energy has a big, huge role in our performance. Not only in the time when we go to compete, it's in the time when we do the sports. Then, if you don't go yet, go to the special offer button. You will find in the right side a red box, and you will see right there, order now. And if you do that, you never will regret. You have 30 days guaranteed for everything what we offer to you, and I guarantee you, you will be happy the rest of your life because you will learn, you will specialize, and you will be one of the best. And before we continue with this one, remember one thing: 50% discount is the whole package, and is just add to the cart button. It's in the right side. 50%. Touch it, click it, and start to enjoy all the benefits of Quantum Touch. Before we keep going, I want to tell something really special. I love Albert Einstein, and he says, he says one time, if you can explain to a 6-year-old, you can understand it by yourself. And that's why I love to talk with Richard Gordon, because he can explain to everybody so easy. Now, I want to ask something about the last thing you were saying about the Quantum Touch and how we experience the recovery. The breathing technique is very important for us. As a coach, I teach how to breathe. Otherwise, they cannot get in the zone. If the athlete doesn't breathe, doesn't get in the zone. They don't know how to breathe. Now, Richard, can you tell us how to breathe is very important for quantum touch?
Well, we always start the breathing below the belly button and bring it all the way up to the top of the chest. And that's the general method, but we have various breathing patterns that we use, and we combine them. See, the breathing is essential component of the work, but it's not fully effective if you're not also combining it with the body awareness techniques. Now, the body awareness techniques have to do with being able to feel all parts of your body and bring them to life, because that's bringing awareness through your whole system. So that's the combination, because it's not just the body awareness and it's not just the breathing. The combination of these together, it's like, you see the martial artists and they're going, they're moving that chi, but we're doing it too, but we're doing it for the purpose of healing and accelerating the healing process and the recovery process. And as I understand it, just the process of exercising is creating microscopic tears in the muscles. So that needs to be repaired on a regular basis. And that's part of what the energy work will do, is to accelerate that healing, to allow the athletes to recover faster. And I'm not a fan of steroids at all. But one of the good things, at least as far as the people using them are concerned, is how quickly they can recover from the injury or the exercise as if they were like 18 or 19 years old. One of the things we see with the quantum touch is it stimulates the body's own ability to heal and repair itself, which ties into the whole philosophy of the work, which is that we understand that the healer is the one who was sick or injured and got well fast. That a great healer is someone who was very injured and got well super quickly, because we don't see ourselves as healers. What we do is we hold a field of energy very high, and then we let the person we're working on match or entrain to that vibration and do their own self-healing. And we don't think that we're actually physically healing somebody. I don't know how to heal a cell. I don't know how to heal a cut on my finger. I'm not that smart. But what we do is we hold that field of energy. Their body intelligence and spiritual intelligence does whatever healing it wants to do, which is actually much wiser than us. And that's why the healing happens so quickly.
Wow, that's amazing. Let me explain you one thing to my audience, that since kids, they understand, then they are not responsible for healing themselves, because they was teaching. This is the way the society works in these times. If you get sick, you put the responsibility first in the mom and the doctor and the pill, and the pill come to help you, and then you start to lose the ability to heal yourself, because you put the responsibility outside you.
Yeah.
In quantum touch, you will regain that part, and you will start to learn how you can do a lot of things for yourself. I start to study what Richard is teaching all over the world, and I love it, because it's getting back that ability you have natural. You need to learn nothing new. It's something natural, is regained that. And the beliefs is a very important part in this process. That's why it's my next question to Richard. How much do they need to believe in order to see results?
Well, belief was never a component. It was never using suggestion, belief, placebo. These are not even things that are ever taught in a workshop. I just devised a new demonstration. I haven't put up the YouTube videos yet. I'm going to be making some more videos soon, and I'll put them all together with a bunch of titles. But what I did was, I found this technique where if I meditate on a bone behind the nose and eyes called the sphenoid bone and bring it back into alignment, the hips untwist in a few seconds, and the occipital ridge, which can be very uneven in people, can balance out in a few seconds as well. So this new demonstration that I've come up with is very simple. What I do is I feel the occipital ridge on somebody, and if it's extremely uneven, I'll have them put their thumbs there and their fingers on the sides of their head. And I'll say, can you feel if one side is high? And they'll say, oh yeah, one side's really high. and I'll say, now take your thumbs away and put them back a few times. And they'll move their thumbs a few times. And I'll say, okay, take your thumbs away. And what did you eat for breakfast today? And while they're thinking about breakfast, I've already done the adjustment. And then they have their hands there already, and they'll put the thumbs down. And then you see these shocked looks on their face, like, what? What? That's impossible. How did that just happen? Because the part that was high doesn't feel high 4 seconds later. And between you and me, I don't understand the physiology of this. I look at the occipital ridge, I look at the sutures between the bones, I see that their eyes haven't changed level, but the bones have shifted. I have no physiological explanation for how this is happening, except that it's a very reliable phenomena that you can demonstrate over and over again. It's only easy to demonstrate on people who have a major difference between left and right. So if one side is like really high like this, then it's very easy to demonstrate. If there's a very slight difference like that, people may not notice it. But when it's a high difference, it's a dramatic demonstration that people can feel for themselves, and it only takes about 4 or 5 seconds to make that shift happen. And no, belief is not a component.
Yes, it's amazing, that part, because you mentioned something really important. You have no idea what happened, but just look at what happened right now in these years when we have all this technology. Still, we don't know how the electricity works, but we use it. And it's the same in the computer you have. You need to know all the components the computer has. Use how to use the keyboard and the mouse, and that's it. The computer is yours.
Yes.
And then your body is the same. I guarantee you, it's a good explanation about the beliefs, because some people, they said, I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it. But gravity, even if you don't believe it, you will fall. You will fall anyway. It's laws. Then what Richard is working is with laws of energy. And obviously the manifestation in the body is what you want to look for. And that give me another question for you, Richard.
Yes.
How long it takes for one person, just imagine if they pull the hamstring, and how long it takes for healing one person in comparison with the normal healing, who is like 3 to 6 weeks?
Well, it's really hard to predict on any individual case, but what you can figure is you're probably going to see a 40 to 60, maybe better, maybe 80% pain reduction very quickly, maybe in 5, 10, 15 minutes. When I was working on sprained ankles, where there was massive amount of inflammation around the ankle, I would spend an hour, hour and a quarter just holding that ankle, and you could actually see the inflammation almost completely disappearing in that hour, hour and a quarter. The challenge for the athlete is to stay off of it because it's not ready yet. Just because it doesn't hurt so much and the person could walk on it again didn't mean that it's ready to make fast turns on a basketball court. So a couple of the athletes re-injured themselves because they did not follow my advice or their trainer's advice, and they decided, well, I'll just work through the pain. They didn't understand the concept. You don't work through that kind of pain. Maybe if it's an MMA fighter has a bad bruise on his leg or arm, you do work through the pain. But when you have a sprain or tear of some kind, you don't work through that pain. You want to accelerate the healing. So that's the only downside of the work, is that with certain kinds of injuries, just because it's feeling a lot better and it is healing faster, doesn't mean that the athlete is ready to use it fully. They need to work with their trainer and get the guidance of what it is that they can do at any given moment. But we'll see a rapid acceleration. But exactly what it is for each person, I don't know. That's why we're very excited to see research happening, so I can give you a more exact number on it and say, oh, we'll expect a 70% improvement after the first 2 sessions or something like that. But I don't have the numbers yet, only that we will be making much more rapid progress than they would have ever expected.
Perfect. It's very important for the athletes to know that what you're saying is very important, that everyone is individual, everyone is different. Depends your nutrition, depends your genes, it depends the training behind that. That will how severe was the injury
Yes.
is who give you the time, and it's very exciting for me to know then they have new alternatives, especially if they follow the directions of the trainer or the medical doctor or whatever who is training the injured.
Yes.
Plus, they help themselves with this quantum touch. They will heal faster. They will be stronger. One important thing, let me explain a little bit of pain. Pain is a signal the body has used to know something wrong in that area. And the people pay attention in the pain, knowing the area who is damaged, and they get upset about the pain. But the pain is just an alarm system for your body to know where to repair, where
Yes.
to go in, and that's why it's important for me to make this note that pain is not the problem. Pain is just a symptom who come from the area you get damaged. And if I have another question for you.
Sure.
It's good to at the same time somebody give the quantum energy, can they receive quantum energy too?
The very process of giving a session to somebody gives you energy as well. Now, where there are a lot of Hollywood movies about people doing healing, usually the folklore is that you have to lower yourself down to help them up. And so you sacrifice yourself to help others. We don't believe that at all. And we don't use that philosophy. We are constantly raising ourselves up in the so we're actually giving ourselves a session of sorts in the process of giving a session. And then they have to come up and match us. We never come down to match them. So when two things vibrate at different frequencies, either the low one comes up to match the high one goes down to match the low one, or they meet in the middle. What we do is we raise our vibration really high through the breathing and body awareness and continue raising it throughout the session. Then the other person has to just come up and keep matching us. We will never come down to match them. So there was a physician, Dr. Jerry Pittman, who wrote in my book that in its elegance, quantum touch first provides healing for the practitioner.
Perfect. Now, it's time to remind everybody who just probably get here. If you are not still in the special offer page with Richard page, it's time to do it now. Go to www.sportperformancesecrets.com/quantum touch, and you will see right there the special offer. Click that button, click it, and you will see everything what Richard prepared for you. And add to the cart button will help you to get all the products and start today to start to experience everything. With the first videos you will see right there, you will start to learn how to control your energy and how to guide the energy. You will see right there how much benefits you will have. And Richard was explaining to us how important it is to control the key, the energy, the key, whatever it's called, whatever the sport you do. And the most important is that you will have the good responsibility to heal yourself and help the others to heal yourself. And remember, go to the a special offer and click to the add to the cart button. And remember, we have a special gift for you, for everybody who just listened to this interview. I'm so happy that you are here. I'm so happy that you will get all the benefits, because I know you are in charge of your training sessions, and you can give the maximum every time. That's why we are here, to help you to achieve and to put you close to the medals. Keep going. Now I have another special questions for Richard, because I want to tell him, I want to ask him, how long it takes to the average person to learn all the basic training of quantum touch?
The most important training is the one that's on the video that we're giving you to provide for the people. That's called the online video training, or that whole process is a basic 2-day workshop on video in like 4, 6, and 8-minute segments, and you can watch these little videos with instructional training, and you will be able to learn to give a quantum touch session. So just watching that video and then practicing it on other people will get you started being able to really get some good results. The ability to get good results is pretty much an automatic thing. If you have the desire and intent to send the energy to yourself or another person, you'll be able to do that right away. So that video that you have available in the offer, that is basic video workshop of the quantum touch training. You can use my book as a review of that information because it's pretty much all there on the video. Then for those who want to go on to more advanced work, we found out we can work about 2 to 3 times faster without touching people, and that's the advanced quantum touch training. But we need to start at the beginning. We need to start with the basic training, which is what you have, and that basic training is enough to get the results that I demonstrated at the University of California, Santa Cruz. But when I was at the University of Hong Kong last year, I demonstrated on stage how we can untwist a stage full of people simultaneously without touching them. That's the advanced work. You could work on the whole team simultaneously. So that's where the higher level of freedom and responsibility comes in with the more advanced work.
Wow, talking with you, the time runs fast, and it's fascinating, this theme. But this one, in order for our audience to understand, you need to experience it. Yeah. It's impossible to just believe what we says. You need to go, click the add to the cart button. It's guaranteed. It's 50% discount in this time. Wow. Just to listen to this interview. And in a couple more moments, Richard will tell you how to get the special gift he prepared for you. But go to the submit your order. Why? Because you need to experience that. You need to feel. Give yourself the opportunity to have the tools to heal yourself and to understand every time better. Obviously, this is the basic training, and you have more tools. Richard has several levels, and then you can do. And this is a message for the coaches. If you want to have better athletes, please get the order, submit to the order, and you will see no regrets for that. Why? Because you will learn new ways to energy control and healing process. And because the time is running fast, I have some questions the public sent me to Richard here. Okay. Like Jenny from Ohio. Do that works? Quantum touch works with all injuries?
Yes, it pretty much does. The deal is some will take longer to heal than others. Tendons and ligaments take longer than bones and muscles because they have less blood flow. It's all a variation of the same theme, but the body heals itself. And so we really don't seem to care what the name of the condition is very much because we're not working on the micro level. We're working on the larger field of the body's intelligence to use the energy as it sees fit.
Excellent. Now you know, Jenny, that yes, if you have an all injury, that will work, especially if you really work every day. We have another question from Mark from Florida. Mm-hmm. Who can do quantum touch better, men's or women's?
People who have a high desire to do it better. And there is no benefit, men or women. Generally speaking, if you have a high energy life, you tend to do it better. But we've seen great grandmas work on athletes and get great results. So it's about the love that you feel, because we're accessing our breathing, our body awareness, the love that you have, and the desire to assist other people. If you have the desire to help other people and you are enthusiastic about it, you should be very good. And like I said, I told my classes that before lunch break, everybody moved the bones, back into alignment without, force, and everybody succeeded. I never gave a single refund because no one ever failed.
That's excellent. That's beautiful. Then all you teaching is very important for them, and it's no way to fail.
No.
Why? Because if you have the desire, well, even if you do for curiosity, if you just open the special offer and you start to do it just curiosity, you will be amazed. I guarantee you. I did it yesterday night, and I'm amazed. Why? Because it's amazing. It's very important to regain that. You said something really, really important is love.
Yeah.
As a coach, for me, it's very important to understand what the athlete knows love at the subconscious level, because everybody, we know love at the conscious level. It's what you read in the books, what you do everywhere, what you see in the movies. But what they understand will change with quantum touch, because the real love we have as a kids has energy. And that's why it's important. But we have one more question before we go into the love process. It's Nicole from California. Probably we answered that, but anyway, Nicole says, if you help other people, that lowers your energy?
No, no.
You explained a little bit that before.
It actually raises your energy to help other people, because the whole time you're working, you're not just waiting like with some other hands-on techniques where you're just waiting for energy to happen. You are breathing, you are moving your energy, you're building your force stronger and stronger. And then when you put your hands on them, and so I remember working outside a conference where I had like 150 people waiting for me to work on them. It took me hours to get through them because I gave everybody about 3 minutes. And this man kept coming up and looking, watching me, and then he'd leave and come back 20 minutes later, and he said, I studied in China, and I studied qigong, and my master says that you can't work more than 10 or 20 minutes before you're drained. I said, well, I'm not using the same system. My energy got so strong by the end of those sessions that when I touched people, some people jumped because the energy was so strong. You get stronger the more you work, not weaker, because you're building your own qi the whole time you're doing it. You're not draining yourself, you're amping it up. So no, unlike what the movies tell you, you don't get weaker. And then there's a lot of teachers following an old system that says, oh no, you get weaker. No, not if you do it correctly. If you do it correctly, you don't have to get weaker.
Yes, you are totally right, Richard, because especially if, in sports, it's important the alignment. If the body is out of the alignment, you will make more effort on one side than the other, and you will have overuse. And I seen in gymnastics especially, we take a lot of attention into the alignment of the body and the moment they execute things, because they can get injured so easy. And runners, if they have just disaligned the bones, they do more effort and less effectivity, less efficiency. And in basketball, is the same everywhere. The alignment of the body is very important. And with this package, you will learn a lot of things, how to align your body just with the power of the energy. And you mentioned that we have a qigong into the package. This is really, really beautiful. I seen the package that you prepare something for qigong.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Alan Harriet, who taught our advanced classes for a long time, developed a special form of qigong where he was utilizing what he had learned through the quantum touch to kind of help people with their energy and build their energy systems. So it's a nice adjunct to what we have here. And he'd been teaching qigong for over a decade before he learned about quantum touch. And he said that just doing the breathing and sweeping that he learned in the basic quantum touch workshop, which is what you were giving the people, he said it more than doubled his energy even after practicing daily for 10 years. So then he developed his own method of utilizing the quantum touch awareness to improve the qigong. So that is a very nice little adjunct to the thing. One little note I want to make is if you just watch the videos, the quantum touch videos, and you don't practice on yourself or other people, you'll never know how important what you just learned was. But if somebody comes up to you and says, oh, I've got this migraine headache, or my shoulder is killing me, or whatever it is, and you actually work on them or work on yourself, but not everybody's good at working on themselves. That's a caveat. Not everybody does a great job at that. But you work on somebody else, and that's usually the first time people will be completely astounded by how good it is. Because just the breathing and body awareness itself, you say, yeah, it feels good, it's kind of interesting, but I don't know what I learned. Then you find somebody who just banged their knee really badly, and you hold that knee for 15 minutes, and they're going to go, oh my God, that's incredible. Because you feel I mean, the woman who smashed her thumb in the car door, and during a lecture I'm holding it for an hour, and at the end of the hour it's like completely fine again. Stuff like that happens all the time. Or the woman who broke her leg and her foot is way off to the side. She's waiting in the emergency room, and she's running energy into her leg, and it hurts so much to do it, but she's doing it. And when the doctor looks at her, he says, oh, I don't have to reset the bone. The foot, and the whole leg bone has reset itself. All I have to do is put a cast on.
Very important thing. This is amazing. You mentioned something really, really important for us is to understand the experience. The experience in everything what you do is who give you the special feeling. Because Socrates, he says at one time, if you tell me, I forgot. If I see it, I will remember. But if I do it, I will learn. It's very important for you to do it. That's why we are running out of time, and we need to tell you that go to the quantum touch area. Now, I will repeat it. Now it's time to get the special gift is designed from Richard for us, for you to be in this interview. I'm so happy that you will get this one. Just go to the dashboard and www.sportperformancesecrets.com/quantum touch. And if you go to the bottom, yes, keep scrolling down, you will see the picture of Richard right there. You will see all these products, and you will see right there a special box who says you gift, a special gift from Richard Gordon. You type your name, your email address, send it. Just click right there, send it. And in a couple minutes, you will get the special gift. The special gift is all the experiences he has with the basketball team. You see over there in that page all the explanation about that. And I'm so happy that we can make you learn this new process, new feeling of the quantum touch. Richard, I'm so glad that you was with us today. I'm so excited to make the people experience it when you teach, because if 50 countries learn what you teach, we're the good thing. And I'm so glad that you was here. Thank you so much. Any words at the end to say to our athletes?
Well, just that we have the ability to perform better than we ever knew. And by utilizing the energy, we can do things that we never imagined possible. Just as the athletes are getting better generation after generation, we have the ability to recover faster now and to perform better. So I encourage everybody to explore this dimension of possibility.
Thank you so much. Your words are very important for athletes, for coaches, for everyone. And then just go to the web page and push that button and enjoy it, because I guarantee you will enjoy it. I'm so glad you was here with us, Richard. Thank you so much for the audience to listen to us and enjoy your gift. Read it and start to apply it. Get your product.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks so much, Richard.
Thank you.
And thanks you to everybody, and have a good, wonderful week, and keep working hard. because you know you are the result for what you do every day.